What if one loss wasn't the real problem, but the warning sign of something far worse? Taylor Fritz didn't just lose a match at the United Cup, that he may have lost control of his entire 2026 season. A shocking defeat, a quiet conversation with tournament officials, and an injury that refuses to heal. Today, we break down what really happened to Taylor Fritz, and why this injury could change everything. Welcome to Tennis IQ, where tennis stories go deeper than the scoreboard. When one match changes. The United Cup is usually about momentum, confidence. A strong start to the new season. For Taylor Fritz, it was supposed to be exactly that, a launch pad into another big year, with the Australian Open just around the corner. Instead, it turned into a moment that stopped fans in their tracks. On Saturday, January 3rd, Fritz, the world number 6 and one of Team USA's most reliable weapons, suffered a stunning opening round loss to world number 45 Sebastian Baez. The scoreline alone raised eyebrows, but what happened after the match raised alarm bells. Fritz was spotted in a serious conversation with tournament officials, including the tournament director, discussing his knee, and suddenly, the loss didn't look like just a bad day at the office. It looked like a symptom. Why this loss was so shocking? Let's start with the match itself. Taylor Fritz entered the United Cup as the clear favorite, higher ranking. More power, more experience on hard courts. Sebastian Baez is a talented player, but he's best known for clay court grinding, not for taking down top 10 players on faster surfaces. That's why this result stunned fans. From the opening games, something looked off. Fritz wasn't exploding into points the way he normally does. His movement looked cautious, his reactions just a fraction slower. The usual confidence in his body language wasn't there, and when the match slipped away, it didn't feel like Fritz had simply been outplayed. It felt like he was managing something. That suspicion was confirmed minutes later. The knee issue that never went away. After the match, Taylor Fritz didn't storm off the court. Instead, cameras caught him speaking with tournament officials about his knee, a conversation that immediately sent fans into speculation mode, because this wasn't a new problem. Weeks earlier, Fritz had already admitted that he'd been dealing with knee tendinopathy, a form of tendinitis that is notoriously slow to heal. This isn't a tweak. It's not soreness. It's a chronic condition, and Fritz revealed something crucial. His entire off-season was consumed by rehab, not refining his game, not building momentum, but trying to fix his knee. That alone is worrying for a player entering a Grand Slam season. Fritz's own words, and why they're so uncertain. After the loss, Fritz spoke openly to the media, and what he said was brutally honest. He admitted that what he needs most right now isn't strategy or confidence. It's simply to be healthy. Fritz explained that knee tendinopathy doesn't disappear quickly. It can take months, sometimes longer, to properly recover, and here's the most telling part. He said he spent pretty much the entirety of the off-season rehabbing his knee. That means limited match play, limited point construction, limited physical confidence. For an elite tennis player, that's a dangerous place to be. Tennis isn't a sport where you can fake fitness. Your legs are everything. Why knee tendinitis is a nightmare for tennis players. Knee tendinopathy is one of the most frustrating injuries in professional sports. Why? Because it doesn't heal with rest alone, and it doesn't respond well to being ignored. It requires controlled loading, gradual match intensity, constant pain management. Now add international travel, different surfaces, and best of 5 set matches. That's the reality Fritz is facing, and it explains why he admitted he's trying not to push it too hard, even during matches. That's not how elite competition works. You either trust your body, or you don't. Right now, Fritz clearly doesn't. The Australian Open problem. Here's where things get serious. The Australian Open is right around the corner, and it's not just any tournament. It's physically brutal, extreme heat, long rallies. 5 set battles. For a player with knee tendinopathy, Melbourne is unforgiving. Fritz knows this. That's why his comments about the future carried so much weight. He admitted that while he hopes to manage the injury while continuing to compete, there's a real possibility he may need to put a full stop on tennis. Those were his words. A full stop, not a break, not reduced scheduling. A complete shutdown. If the knee doesn't improve in the coming months. Play through pain, or step away. This is the impossible decision facing Taylor Fritz. On one hand, he's in his prime, he's world number 6, he has momentum from a strong 2025 season. On the other, a knee injury that won't heal, the risk of long-term damage, the possibility of missing multiple big events. Fritz admitted he's trying to juggle everything at once, playing matches, managing pain, continuing rehab, traveling weekly. That balancing act rarely ends well. History tells us that when players push through chronic injuries, they often lose far more time in the long run. What this means for Team USA: Taylor Fritz isn't just playing for himself at the United Cup. He's one of Team USA's anchors. If Fritz decides, or is forced, to withdraw from the remainder of the competition, Team USA will need a replacement. That replacement would likely be world number 114 Mackie McDonald. A solid professional, but not the same firepower. This isn't just about one player's health. It could affect Team USA's entire campaign. A strong 2025, now at RSK. What makes this situation even more frustrating is how well Fritz played last season. Wimbledon semifinals, US Open quarterfinals, consistent top-level performances. He finally looked like a player ready to challenge the very top tier more regularly. But tennis careers don't pause when injuries appear. Momentum can vanish quickly, and if Fritz is forced into an extended break, rebuilding that rhythm won't be easy. The mental toll no one talks about. Here's another layer here, the mental side. Chronic injuries don't just affect the body, they affect trust. Every sprint becomes a calculation, every slide becomes a question. Every long rally becomes a risk assessment. Fritz's cautious play against Baez suddenly makes sense. That he wasn't just playing an opponent, that he was negotiating with his own body. That mental hesitation can be the difference between winning and losing at this level. What happens next? As of now, Team USA returns to action on Monday, January 5. Fritz is scheduled to face Spain's John Munar. His participation remains uncertain. Every decision from here will be critical. Does Fritz play through discomfort to stay match-ready for Melbourne, or does he listen to his body and step back? Even if it means sacrificing big opportunities, there's no easy answer. Final thoughts. A crossroads moment. Taylor Fritz didn't just suffer a shocking loss at the United Cup. He revealed a deeper battle, one that could define his next few years on tour. This is a crossroads moment. Push forward and risk worsening the injury, or pause now and protect the future. Either choice comes with consequences. This isn't about one match or one tournament. It's about how fragile momentum can be in professional tennis, and how quickly injuries can rewrite the script. If you want tennis stories that go beyond results and rankings, this is Tennis IQ. If you found this breakdown helpful, like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Should Taylor Fritz play through the pain for the Australian Open, or shut it down and heal properly? See you in the next one.